Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, and I wanted to do some tier lists because we were doing them anyway, real late at night here, 5 in the morning for us. I feel like cereals we know a lot about. Isn't that right, Kevin?
Oh yeah, for sure. I know I eat cereal on the daily.
Kevin has his own YouTube channel, if you want to shout that out before we get started.
Yeah, it's just pancake. Nothing too special. I just like to post random miscellaneous clips of games.
But now, before we even start rating, uh, let's address the elephant in the room here. Is this rating system adequate? Should we add more tiers? Should we change the names of the tiers?
I mean, I think the tier names are fine. Maybe change a D to the F tier, like because I always consider a D just to be like bottom of the bottom.
Let's change that to F. I want to add a row below for like ones we can't really rate. Like I'm sure there's at least like a cereal or two on here that we haven't had or just haven't had enough to really give a good rating on. Is that apple cinnamon Cheerios?
You believe so?
Have you had apple cinnamon Cheerios? I definitely haven't.
I have, and it was a long time ago.
The Cheerios are pretty non-offensive, you know what I mean? I've definitely had flavored Cheerios in the past, maybe like chocolate or frosted or whatever flavors they have. I mean, it's literally just wheat covered in whatever flavoring it is. So I'm sure this probably tastes like Apple Jacks, but maybe like a little less.
Yeah, I'd say it's overall Cheerios would have to be a mid-tier cereal. It like sets the bar for all the other ones. And I'm personally not a big cinnamon fan myself, but I'd say it's definitely around there.
Okay, well, we'll put it in C for now. I feel like it'll change once we actually do rate like Cheerios. You know what I mean? Because then we can kind of use that as a baseline. Moving to Cookie Crisps. I've definitely had a lot in my life, for better or worse. It's not my favorite cereal for sure anymore. Maybe when I was a kid, I loved it a lot. What have you had Cookie Crisps at all or no?
I have. As a kid, I used to have them a lot. They actually are very appealing to my eyes, so I'd constantly ask for them. But Cookie Crisp, the chocolate chips on them, I don't know. When you got to the end of the bag, they're all just like poured in. Normally, the crumbs make the milk taste so good, but for Cookie Crisps, it's not for me. Not back then, not now.
Yeah, it's kind of a I don't love it. Now I'm looking through here and I'm thinking, okay, so based off of this rating, is there anything I would actually rate lower than this? I'm like not really seeing anything, so I'm gonna go like that.
I would support that.
Okay, I'm glad you support that because I feel like nothing else really is F tier here. Like,
I think Kix maybe.
I mean, Kix is literally just fucking corn. I'm pretty sure. It's just corn flavored cereal. What the hell is Special K? Like, I've never really had Special K. So.
I've had the Special K with the like freeze dried strawberries, I believe.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty good.
so I don't think it's that though. Looks like the original Special K, which I guess is just rice cereal.
Yeah, it's like Raisin Bran.
Okay.
I'd say that's around C tier.
Yeah, that's like a C tier. I mean, there's not really much to rate there. It's just like a basic cereal flavor. Kix, I've never had. I feel like I've only had Kix maybe one time in my life, if ever.
Kix is every single time I eat Kix, it's stale. I have not had fresh Kix.
Okay, but have you had the Paw Patrol Kix? That supports strong bones. And then you also had Kix? Have you had this?
No, that's fresh.
I can't really rate it, so I'm gonna leave it to you.
I'd say put that one in C tier as well.
Now we want to start considering kind of an order, maybe.
Kix definitely at the bottom of C tier.
Okay, I think that I'm fine with how it is, though. I mean, as far as cereal goes, I definitely prefer actually having like a flavor. So like apple cinnamon Cheerios actually has a flavor versus these two which don't really have one, and then this is just fucking gross. So
no, most definitely.
Apple Jacks.
I like
Honestly,
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks still slaps.
I disagree with it slapping, but it is a good cereal.
Listen, I feel like with most of these, if you overdo it, yeah, it's going to become really shit really fast. But every once in a while, you get a good bowl, a good like normal portion bowl of cereal, and you know what? Now I'm taking back the slapped thing. I think you were right. There's a little bit of a...
Well, hold on, Sam. You just actually made me think about this, the milk at the end. Apple Jacks milk.
Yo.
It actually does kind of slap. I I wasn't sure on before, but you just brought back a memory of.
You reminded me that the milk was the good part of it and
The
not the
milk
cereal
is the
part.
good part, not the cereal itself, but the after. I'd say it
I
slaps.
think
A tier.
we're finally getting out of the C and F tier, but we're going right back into it with cornflakes, I think. I mean, I've actually had cornflakes. As far as like how it goes here, I mean, I don't know. Have you had cornflakes?
I mean, I feel like cornflakes are just the slightly worse Special K.
This is completely subjective, I guess, wherever you want to put
Mhm.
that. Again, it's just another piece of, it's not a piece of crap, but it's not a very interesting
Piece of
cereal. It's not a very interesting cereal. Now, I see Count Chocula here, and I'm wondering where are the other flavors of like the Halloween cereal? I'm thinking of Boo Berry for
Blueberry.
sure.
I haven't had Count Chocula.
Are you a Boo Berry main as well?
I
Or
haven't had blueberry.
you haven't had any of them?
No,
No way.
I haven't had holiday themed cereal.
Oh wow, you're missing out then. What did I just say? Boo Berry?
Blueberry, Count Chocula.
And then there is the pink one, which I don't remember because it wasn't exactly my favorite. I mean, it's chocolate cereal. I like chocolate cereal.
I'm a fan of Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, I'm a fan of chocolate cereals because it makes the milk kind of like chocolate milk, you know, and I love chocolate milk. So Count Chocula, I have to imagine, is the same. I know Count Chocula has marshmallows in it. Are you a fan of marshmallows in cereal, or are you kind of like, eh?
I'd say I'm a fan of marshmallows for sure.
Okay. Well,
Sweeter cereals always get me.
I feel like the other chocolate cereals outweigh Count Chocula coming down the line here.
Hmm.
So I'm preemptively going to put it in B, but I mean, we can reevaluate.
I have my eyes on Captain Crunch right now
I know.
for sure.
I'm looking at Captain Crunch, and I'm thinking of all the times that my mouth was shredded.
It's worth it every time though. Oh, it's so good. I used to buy the huge boxes that come in 3 packs. So it was the huge 3 pack boxes, and I just eat that for a month straight.
I never used it as like a snack, but I would always go like 3 bowls deep every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't just like have one bowl of Captain Crunch. So I feel like this is that.
I think it should go down to B tier because I'm seeing the ones with the fruity parts in it. And I think that's definitely an A tier.
The berries. Okay.
Yeah, the berry.
I'm not a huge fan of the berries, to be honest.
You're
Like,
not.
no. Like, I feel like they just like take. I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. Like, there's no reason. It's all pretty much the same fucking flavor. You know what I mean? But like, there's just something about the berries that doesn't resonate with me as much.
All right.
Yeah, we can compromise. We can go like this, or we can go like this.
Okay, if that's the case, I think I put it on A. Yeah,
Low A.
because
Okay.
even though it's still plain, I love that.
Okay. Well, here we go again with another boring
Eric.
cereal. Now, I like Rice Chex. I think okay. So the problem with like most of these is that they just get soggy like way too fast.
Mhm.
I think Rice Chex when they're like fresh and you eat them quickly, you know what I mean? I think they got a little crunch to them, and like I like the texture in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a quick cereal eater, anyways, so I definitely say it goes above.
I definitely don't like leave it out. I think this is appropriate. Yeah, that's definitely. I think that's okay, right?
Yeah, right behind Cheerios, but above Special K. I have not had the peanut butter Captain Crunch. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of peanut butter in my cereal at all.
Yeah, I would agree. I've never been a big fan of like whatever that other one is called, Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of it. I don't even think I had it either. So honestly, let's go like that right there. Honey bunches of oats with almonds. Honestly,
I couldn't agree more. Oh, going to my grandmother's house, that is the go-to cereal. Even if she'd be making like this fantastic meal, I'll be like, no, I need that cereal.
bro,
Eh,
this is like contemporary cereal for an adult. You know what I mean? It's got a good balance of sweetness, but also not being like, I don't know, Captain Crunch where it's like fucking ridiculous.
it just has the nostalgic factor. It has the it's perfect. There's no topping that cereal.
That's my go-to every time, especially like right now. Like there's never been a time where this was bad. You know what I mean? It's always been consistently good. Listen, man, it's not on this list, but if you ever heard of O's, not O's, O's cereal, do you know what I'm talking about or no?
I have no clue.
This
Oh, cereal.
this is it right here. Oh, cereal.
Honey grams.
Yeah, so it's got like, I mean, it's basically just like honey cereal with like little granola in the middle of each like circle thing. If it was on this list, that would be S every time, but it's not because it's not
Is
a
it
very well.
similar to like the Fruit Loops crunchy, little crunchy circulars? You know what I mean?
They're in my memory, they're a little bit harder. Like nowadays, Fruit Loops is like very light. They did something to Fruit Loops. They made them like smaller and lighter. I feel like these are a little more crunchy,
Okay.
a little harder. Rice Krispies. I mean, here we go again. I mean, it's another plain cereal. It's got the snap crackle pop thing going for it. That's pretty cute.
Hmm.
They get soggy way too fucking quick because they're very small and thin. Over like these options, I'd go like there.
I'd say that's a fair placement.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I've never really been a fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
All right. So I said I wasn't a fan of cinnamon, but cinnamon toast crunch is even after it goes soggy, I'd say it's still a
Okay,
fair chew to it.
the milk is great.
Milk. I do know cinnamon. It's definitely B tier
Yeah,
above.
I don't mind rating it anywhere above like here and then maybe not above A. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's on the line for A and B, but I feel like B hasn't got enough
Here, let's put that there.
attention.
Let's spread it out a little bit. Give a little bit of love to every rank here. Uh, Frosted mini wheats with like a weird, really weird old looking logo.
I used to peel off the strawberry frosted toppings, and I
Mm-hmm.
just eat that right before I pour the milk in. Then I eat plain cereal.
I mean, I know for sure I've done this with Lucky Charms as far as taking out all the marshmallows and just eating the marshmallows and leaving the rest, which I mean is deplorable at best. But I feel like I definitely went down the road of like with mini wheats, taking them out and like licking them or like licking the frosting off or some shit before eating the rest of it. Nowadays, I mean, I'm still a big fan of mini wheats.
It's definitely not something I'd pick off the shelf if I was shopping, but I do believe it just belongs in A.
Okay, I feel like here
Yeah, right behind Captain Crunch.
that's fair. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Good for the heart, good for the mind.
I'm a big fan of again. I'm a big fan of Cheerios because they don't overdo the sweet part of cereal. It's just like it's got that little bit of sweet, but otherwise it's just like an okay meal, an okay breakfast for you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I think Honey Nut Cheerios honestly hits that mark pretty good. Honestly, I'm feeling inclined to go like here.
S tier. All right.
I mean, I'm a little bit or here.
I think I think it would be top of A tier in my opinion.
Okay.
I see it. It's more of a generic cereal, but I'm a big fan of honey. The sweetness it adds to the milk. There isn't really much of a nostalgic factor for me, and going through the store, I'd say it's a 1 in 5. I pick it.
I guess I'm a little biased towards it because again, my criteria is kind of like not super sweet,
Hmm.
a little bit of sweetness, but otherwise like, an, you know, not a terrible for you cereal type of thing. I do have it pretty often, and I think that's kind of why I felt that way. But I'm okay with this too. Reese's Puffs. I've actually never had Reese's Puffs, or maybe I've had it once, but I don't really remember.
I bought Reese's Puffs when I was moving out of my parents' house. It's peanut butter, so I'm not a big fan of it. F tier for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna. That's where I was thinking it should go anyway. Yeah, I haven't even had it, but I know it's like not good. You know what I mean? Like you
Hmm.
just fucking know. You look at it and you're like, this shit's gross.
There's no one who ever says it's their favorite cereal, too. It's you always ask what's your favorite cereal, you never hear Reese's Puffs.
Everyone just knows the fucking commercial and that's it. All right, the least successful cereal other than with an advertisement. Now here's the real dilemma we're having. Where
I
does
think if I was stuck between these two,
I would
like
go?
I was in a horror movie and I had to choose between these two, Cookie Crisps
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. No, I fucking 100. As soon as you started saying that, I was like, absolutely, it's just Cookie Crisps here. What is this? Rice
I have
Krispie
no clue what that is.
treat cereal? I have never had this. I'll have that be
I have
noted.
never
All right, well,
had. Quite simple.
Cheerios, just normal Cheerios.
Normal Cheerios, I'd say it's step behind Apple Cheerios.
I would be more likely to pick up Cheerios than like probably any of these, maybe except this one. But Lucky Charms,
I like Lucky Charms. The marshmallows, I love the crunches. Even after it's been soaking for a little bit, you still have that time frame where it crunches, plus you get some milk on top of that. I don't know.
yeah, like I said before, I eat all the fucking marshmallows out of every time we got Lucky Charms, and so we wouldn't get Lucky Charms. Or at least my parents wouldn't get Lucky Charms because they knew I was gonna fucking eat all the marshmallows and just leave the rest of the normal cereal there. But no, Lucky Charms is fucking good. I for some reason I think General Mills I think is the company that does these cereals. All those type of cereals like all are different now. Like from how I remember them as a kid, and it's just because like they're more geared to being more healthy, I think.
Hmm.
So
Most definitely.
like I don't know your experience with Fruit Loops or whatever, but I definitely, in my experience, like Fruit Loops just aren't the same. There's just something very different about them now than how they were as a kid, and I feel like Lucky Charms isn't super affected by that.
Yeah, it's definitely been held in a time capsule. I don't. If I ate it today, I definitely think it tastes the same as it did years ago.
High B?
I'd say that's fair. I was thinking high B, low A.
I was thinking A, but then I was like, I look at like what's in B, and it kind of falls within type of thing we got going on there. So I don't feel bad about putting it there. High B is still pretty good. Cocoa Krispies. I think strictly going against like Cocoa Pebbles versus like Cocoa Krispies, I'm going Cocoa Pebbles almost every time.
Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles definitely I'd rate over Krispies, but
But I mean, both are pretty much the same freaking thing. Wherever I feel comfortable putting this, we've got to put this. So
mhm.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking over Lucky Charms, I'm more prone to choose Cocoa Krispies or Cocoa Pebbles, I think.
Really,
I think so.
I just had some Cocoa Puffs like not 30 minutes ago, and I think I definitely choose Cocoa Puffs over the two crisps of the chocolate cereal.
Okay, so let's just go through the chocolate cereals then. I was just focusing on the Krispies and Pebbles and stuff.
I think they're in the same area though, because those have a slight crisp to it, but the puffs is where it's at.
Ranking this one and then basically ranking this one pretty much next to it because they're pretty much the same. But Puffs can be like a different conversation, I think.
Hmm. I think they definitely belong in B tier.
For me, it's top of B tier.
Top of B tier. I like chocolate cereal. I'd say I would agree with B tier.
I mean,
Pebbles
over the
is
two, I would take Pebbles over Krispies. Cocoa Puffs. I haven't had Cocoa Puffs in literally years. I've never had a bad experience with Cocoa Puffs. It's always been pleasant.
It's always a good choice for Cocoa Puffs. The chocolate milk, they don't get soggy even if you leave them in there for a while. The only issue is that they all float to the top the second you pour the milk, so you have to push it down as you're eating. I'd say that's bottom A tier.
We're on the same wavelength on a lot of things here. I can't wait for one of these where it's like, fuck you, you stupid bitch, no chance. Anyway, Fruit Loops. I'm inclined to say B tier, without just like on rip.
Mm-hmm. I'm not too big of a fan of the milk it leaves.
I feel like Fruit Loops took an L. Okay, I mean I've been saying it all night here.
It could have been so much more.
I mean,
I'd have to trust your judgment on this one.
okay. I mean, I'm a little biased towards Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I definitely don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch that much. Over Lucky Charms or Fruit Loops, I'm going with Fruit Loops, I think. I think just nostalgia alone would cause me to choose Fruit Loops over Lucky Charms type of thing. Raisin Bran?
Raisin Bran, S tier.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. With the raisins in it, you can't top it. It stays crunchy, doesn't sog. It's one of my grandmother's go-to cereals.
I don't know
I
about
believe
S
it
tier.
belongs in S tier.
I don't know, man. I've had like Raisin Bran a handful of times. First of all, they don't give 2 scoops of raisins. That's been scientifically proven they don't do that shit. So, wait, what is this though? There's another Raisin Bran. Maybe it's more raisins. Is that what it says?
More raisins, double S. We need to make a new tier for it.
Holy shit, Raisin Bran. More raisins. Fuck. I don't think it's S tier. Like my
I don't
heart,
think it's S tier.
my heart is not on S tier for Raisin Bran. I mean, okay,
What's wrong with Raisin Bran? Like what when you look at Raisin Bran, I think it's the
it's
most perfect boring.
I just don't
You know?
like the flavor of Raisin Bran. Like, there's something about the flavor which is like it's like no other cereal, which is to its benefit. But I also don't like it. Don't like the flavor. I feel like I mean, I haven't had Raisin Bran recently or anything.
You could consider it an acquired taste. All right.
I mean, it's not bad. You know, it's not like it's like you got to be fucking like fancy or something to fucking enjoy Raisin Bran. But like I just I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I can concede that if you like it that much, we can go like that. But
How about we put one of them in S tier and one in A tier?
okay, that's assuming that this is more Raisin Bran over the two. I definitely would rather this one.
Yes, I agree there.
So then we can go like that. Is that good?
Fair enough. I'm happy.
Like, cause I don't dislike Raisin Bran. Like, it's good. It's fine. I don't know about the S part. Golden Crisps. Have you had?
I have no clue what Golden Crisps are.
All right. Well, my brother had these all the time. These are among his favorite cereals, including Pops, which questionable, but Golden Crisps and Honey Smacks, I'm pretty sure are pretty much the same cereal. I mean, literally, they're right next to each other. Exactly the same. It's just different company. I'm certainly not shooting to go for it right away. I'm feeling comfortable going like that in no particular order. Do you like Pops or no?
Pops. Just like the other cereal, every time I've had Pops, they're stale.
And I don't disagree. Like, for some reason, Pops are always fucked up.
I'd throw that wherever you want, a front in front of Kix or behind it, as long as it's next to Kix.
I mean, okay, you're right. I don't like Pops, bro. I
Fuck Pops.
never have ever looked to go to the store and be like, I want Pops, or no fucking chance. The commercials were all right. That's all they got. Fruity Pebbles. I fucking love Fruity Pebbles, bro.
I feel like they're kind of overrated.
Listen, I don't care if they're overrated. I feel like a kid again if I get Fruity Pebbles. In your opinion, where should it go? I mean, obviously I'm a little biased, so I want to hear what your thoughts are on it.
I don't think it should go above B tier, because those things get soggy fast. Do you disagree?
I don't disagree with that at all. They definitely get soggy. I do like the milk afterward.
The milk's good.
And for us fast cereal eaters, it's not too much of an issue. But even if you're fast, it still does get soggy at the bottom. Over Cocoa Krispies or Cocoa Pebbles, I feel like I'm definitely more Fruity Pebble.
I can settle with that. Frosted Flakes.
I have had a lot of Frosted Flakes in my life. I don't know about you.
I've had them a few times, and then it got to the point where I stopped asking. Where I asked not to have them.
Yeah, I got to that point, I think, too. They got old really fast in my world. I'm fucking over Frosted Flakes. I don't give a rat's ass what you think about Frosted Flakes. I don't think. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh. I feel like it can be an A or B. Okay.
I would definitely choose Frosted Flakes over Cheerios.
That's 100% certain. It can't be here. It can't not be here. Okay. So it has to be somewhere here, and I'm looking at the lineup.
I think behind Cinnamon Toast Crunch, for sure.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
The Berry Blast.
Now I know you have special feelings towards it. I have my unwarranted feelings about berries and my Captain Crunch. I'll let you rate it. You know.
Yeah, definitely. The berries, they add their own little spice to the milk, and on top of just the normal Captain Crunch that I'll eat bowl after bowl after bowl, it definitely would go in front of the original Captain Crunch. I even want to put it ahead of Apple Jacks, but I know you might disagree.
No, that's fine.
Really?
Honestly, Apple Jacks can go down. Like, listen, the milk's fucking great. All right, don't get me wrong. I feel like I've gone through a whole character arc going through this because right now I'm like, I had pretty strong opinions before, but now I'm like, you know what? fuck all these cereals. You know what I mean? All we really need is like this, and then okay, I'll give you that.
So we should put that right in front of Apple Jacks.
I think that's fine. That's good. I mean, I don't have a good reason to be prejudiced against the fucking Captain Crunch berries. I mean, there's literally no difference as far as I'm concerned, but
Honeycomb.
I like honeycomb.
I haven't had honeycomb.
You have not had honeycomb. Okay.
Had honeycomb.
So, I mean, as you can probably imagine, the flavor of what honeycomb is, it's honey flavored, and they're like little. I'm pulling up an image so you can actually see that like the shape, which allows it to like not get soggy, unless you really leave it there for a while. But I rate honeycomb pretty highly. I don't want to say S. I feel like that's a little too much. I mean, if Honey Nut Cheerios is here, which is pretty much the same thing as, where'd that go?
It's enough tier.
I don't think it's that. I think it's here.
Okay.
In my
You think you?
I over Honey Nut Cheerios, I definitely prefer honeycombs. I think.
Okay. I always considered them like off-brand Honey Nut Cheerios whenever I saw them on the shelf.
And that might damn well be the case, but I feel like it's not like those animal cereals that you see that are literally just fucking rip-offs of like other popular cereals. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like it's definitely much different as far as like the shape. Obviously, is very different. The flavor is different because like the way they coat it is different. I don't know. If it's off-brand, then I like the off-brand one.
Sometimes the off-brand is better.
And you know what? That's all right. That's how it should be. Sometimes you need people to step in to change up the game a little bit. You can't just let Cheerios run the bitch. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Last one is Trix. Fuck Trix.
Yep.
Dude, fuck Trix. Literally fuck Trix, bro. So fucking bad.
That was quite a simple answer.
It's so fucking difficult. Honestly, the hard things are not this, it's this. Rating the shitty ones. This is a toughie right here. Trix being better than Cookie. I still would choose
Trix over. I think I would choose Trix over Cookie Crisps.
Okay, I was gonna go the other way, but you know what? Let's do a coin flip. What the fuck is that? Obese bee vinyl figure.
I call Trix on heads.
All right. Well, there you go.
Just like that. Trix above Cookie Crisp.
There you go. I mean, it was pretty much a coin. I mean, it wasn't. They are very different cereals. Here we go.
Good enough.
Here's the tier list. Now I'm going to ask if we want to make any last minute changes. And I don't really see a reason to. Unless you want to push someone into S tier, maybe. That'd be great. That'd be crazy. What if we just went nuts? What if we just said fuck it? Maybe F Trix is fuck Trix is actually Super Trix. Yeah.
All right. Now let's see. Can I bend the rules here? Because if Special K had fruits, like fresh fruits in it, that'd definitely be S tier.
We definitely cannot do that. And that's because we haven't rated any other one with that kind of premise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, I mean, you don't even put fruits in any of them. It's just like Special K is the specific one.
Pretty much. Okay, well, Kix is out. But anything like this, where it's like cornflakes, Special K, really pretty much just between these two as far as like actually adding. Okay, you know what? Cheerios too. You can add like
Cheerios.
You can add like fruit to them to make them like tastier, you know what I mean? But it's a little beyond the scope of this. But yeah, this is the list. We do have Honey Bunch. As far as important notes to make here, we put Honey Bunches of Oats and Raisin Bran at the top. Both of us kind of like a little more keen on something that's not super sickly sweet, but it's something that's generally just something you could have every day. And I don't think anyone would really disagree with this super harshly. I don't think. Again, we get lost in the minutia here. I'm sure people get mad about this, or about this.
I feel like our bottom three are definitely definitely controversial.
Listen, they're reasonable, okay, to be a bottom, but like, you know, that doesn't mean someone isn't a fucking Cookie Crisp connoisseur and has like every fucking Cookie Crisp whatever merchandise they can get. I can't wait for that person to find this video. It just fucking lighting me up, bro.
The whole time, where are they gonna put it? Where are they gonna put it?
They fucking comment bomb my entire video. They sound like people out to fucking dislike it and shit. They posted everyone on Reddit. YouTube fails or some shit.
YouTube fails. It's just
so
you
fucking
moving
tilted.
the mouse to F.
So fucking tilted. Anyway, enough carrying on. This has been best cereals tier list, and if you want to make your own tier list, this is called tiermaker.com. I'm sure you heard of it, but they have a bunch of different tier lists you can find pre-made by other people. But other than that, I'm good to call it here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I hope you come on again.
I'd love to.